Welcome to battle number 8 of battle number 2 of week number 8 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This battle is going to be pitting Northern Necrozmas, which is Morgana's team, versus Startoad's team, which is Detroit Deinos, not Dunsparce's. That was last season. I'm already making mistakes in the recording. The Mega Pokemon available in this battle is Mega Gardevoir on Detroit Deinos, and then the Z Crystal Pokemon are Necrozma with any Z privilege, Zeraora with attack Z privilege on Northern Necrozmas. So we might see a Z move from Morgana, but not from Startoad. Interestingly, this looks like it's going to be... there's like bulky Pokemon that also hit hard in this match. Conkeldurr is one of the Pokemon that we haven't seen yet in the league, but due to the last exchange that Morgana got, we very well could see it this time. Well, we do see it now. We could see it in action. It might have a little bit of trouble with some of these Pokemon, though, considering Crobat, Mismagius, and Gardevoir can hit it really hard, but they don't want to really take a hit from it, especially a knockoff for Mismagius, for example, Poison Jab for Gardevoir. So it does look like it could be pretty promising depending on how it's invested and how it's used. In general, it does look like Morgana has a little bit of a bulk edge in this. Magneton kind of hurts the water Pokemon, but outside of that, the water Pokemon seem like they're pretty comfortable generally in this matchup on his team. Necrozma also looks pretty decent in this, depending on where its investment is. Startoad looks like he's really going to be using Crobat to his advantage a lot, especially with that speed, being able to outspeed and pick apart some of the faster Pokemon, and then also Magneton to be able to take down those water-type Pokemon and also deal with Zeraora. Just has to be careful of close combat. So this is going to be an interesting match. We'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, no Wigglytuff has appeared, so it won't be as stally, but we all know Morgana loves stall. Just kidding. But yeah, it'll definitely be an interesting match, and let's take a look and see how it goes. In terms of leads, I could maybe see Zeraora leading to pivot out, or maybe Necrozma to set up Stealth Rocks. On Startoad's team, I could see Magneton leading to pivot out, Crobat also to pivot out, Araquanid with Sticky Webs, Mamoswine with Stealth Rock. There's actually a lot of possible leads on Startoad's team. Actually, Primarina is the one who's going to start, and the Primarina versus Swineflu, the Mamoswine, and is poised to do some pretty big damage on Swineflu, so Araquanid might be coming in to take that hit. Araquanid's special defense stat is really good, and it could take a water move from Anne. Nothing else could really comfortably come into Anne's move, so it looks like Anne is in a really good spot right now. If Swineflu is banded, it can hit really hard with Earthquake, but as we saw in the last match that Morgana did, he was not scared to attach a Scarf to Anne. And actually, Sparkling Aria is what Anne is going to do, dealing a whopping 76% to Gardevoir. This could be a Specs Primarina. I'm not quite sure if it is or if it isn't. I was expecting Araquanid to come in. Maybe Araquanid's going to come in now so that Startoad doesn't lose Gardevoir. Or maybe Gardevoir is just going to go for a Destiny Bond to take down Primarina. It is a very problematic Pokemon to his team, as it hits extremely hard, and it is reasonably bulky. Something that always kind of like weirded me out about Primarina's model is that the end of the hair looks like a hand kind of like reaching out. It's really strange. And that Thunderbolt's gonna hit. It looks like he did not Mega Evolve Mega Gardevoir. Unfortunate. That would have done a lot more. It seems like he did click Mega, but it just didn't go. So that's an unfortunate occurrence. I'm not sure if the Thunderbolt would have taken down Anne, even if it was Mega, due to the fact that it's not Stab, and Anne is pretty bulky. But yeah, it sucks when that happens. Anne is definitely in range now, though, to get taken down by Earthquake. It's just a matter of, will something switch into an Earthquake? Mantine is maybe a possible Pokemon to come in to an Earthquake. It doesn't want to take an Icicle Crash, though. I'm not sure if it would be able... Well, no, it would be able to take an Icicle Crash because it would not... Yeah. So Manta Storm, the Mantine comes in to take that Earthquake. It is immune, so Swine Flu can't do anything. It can Icicle Crash, but I don't think that's going to take down Manta Storm. Maybe now we'll see Araquanid come out. Thing is, Araquanid can't really do much to Mantine. The Araquanid comes out. It's going to get hit by Scald. Doesn't do that much. It almost recovers all that damage with its leftovers. And in comes Necrozma. Zero Suit Samus sucks the Necrozma. A Crunch is going to do 18%. It's super effective and it only did 18%. That is crazy. This must be in a defensively invested Necrozma, and maybe also Araquanid doesn't have attack investment, but like, wow, that's not doing anything. And if this Necrozma is that bulky, it probably has Moonlight. So Necrozma does get its Stealth Rock set up while tanking hits from Araquanid. It looks like on the physical side it's going to be hard to take down with this Araquanid. Photon Geyser is going to hit. It does 32%, so it's not that much damage. And now a Sticky Web is up. Araquanid did get some use out of that, but Mantine can defog that Sticky Web away. It will get rid of the Stealth Rock on Startoad's side, which actually Startoad would probably really appreciate. And Morgana's team actually has quite a few slow Pokemon on it anyways. Gengar and Zeraora definitely don't want to have their speed lowered because Mamoswine could come in and wreck them. Gengar, the Mismagius, is actually going to come out. And Zero Suit Samus sucks. The Necrozma sets up a light screen. Really good utility. Mismagius is going to have a really hard time breaking through that light screen. And generally it won't be able to do that much damage versus Necrozma, with the fact that Light Screen and Prism Armor are going to reduce a Shadow Ball, any damage from Shadow Ball. But Mismagius is actually going to go for the nasty plot. Photon Geyser is going to do decent damage, 53%. The big question now is, can a nasty plot Shadow Ball take down Necrozma? It does. It's a critical hit. Not sure if that critical hit mattered, considering there's a light screen up, but wow. That does take down Necrozma, and now the score is 5-5. Anything coming into this Mismagius is going to have to deal with the fact that its speed will be lowered unless it's Mantine, or Zeraora on an Air Balloon. Anything on an Air Balloon, actually. And Mismagius does have its special attack boosted. Light Screen is going to negate that, though, so I think it is as if Mismagius has no boosts. Primarina is also weakened down, so it might not be able to take an Energy Ball. And Gengar is going to come out, Cries and Gengar. Gengar with Focus Sash is a possibility here, so Gengar could be safe and then just take down Mismagius. Actually, no, Gengar goes for the Shadow Ball first. Even with that speed drop, it goes first, so this is likely a choiced Gengar. Choice Scarfed Gengar. Due to the fact that Gengar is Choice Scarfed, it is as if it has a regular amount of speed. Cries and Gengar managed to take down Gengar the Mismagius. Gengar attacks itself. But the baby is here, and let's see what the baby will do versus this Gengar. It does have decent special defense. Mantine's going to come out to take that liquidation, and it doesn't do that much. Mantine actually does not absorb it with Water Absorb, so that means it either has Swift Swim or Water Veil, which is interesting. You don't really see Mantine with those abilities. And Magnetics and Magneton comes out. Defog is going to remove those rocks and also remove Sticky Webs. Now that Necrozma's down, Morgana won't have Stealth Rock set up again unless... I don't think anything else could actually learn Stealth Rock on his team, so he did get rid of his Stealth Rock. Sticky Web can go up again. It's just going to be kind of hard considering Arachnid has lost a lot of its HP already. Magnetics is poised to hit pretty hard with Volt Switch in this moment. Nothing really wants to switch into it, although Zeraora probably can, and Conkeldurr, if it's holding an Assault Vest, probably can as well. But Mamoswine is the one to come in, and Life Size the Zeraora comes out, so he wanted to bring in Mamoswine to face Zeraora. Although I think that... oh yeah, because Zeraora has Volt Absorb, so he didn't want Zeraora to go for the Volt Absorb. Instead, he brought out Mamoswine. But Zeraora does have access to close combat and does have a Z Crystal, so Mamoswine's going to have to be very careful if it wants to take down this Zeraora, because this Zeraora can fight back. Zeraora generally does look like it has a good matchup versus the rest of the Pokemon. Combining close combat with its electric moves, it can take on all 4 of Startoad's remaining Pokemon, so this is definitely a Pokemon that Startoad is going to want to take down if he wants to win this battle. It all comes down to this. Will Morgana leave Zeraora in to take an Earthquake? Or will he switch out? Or, it looks like he switches out. Mantine's going to come in to take that Earthquake, and it doesn't work. Mantine is now almost at full health. Crobat would be a good switch into Mantine if it wasn't physically offensive, but it likely is with Brave Bird. It doesn't want to get burned by Scald, so Arachnid's going to have to be the one to come in and take that Scald, and indeed, that's what happens. Arachnid kind of takes almost no damage from Scald, so it's only going to be taking like 3% a turn if Mantine decides to stay out, and Arachnid can do some damage with Crunch, or even go for Leech Life to recover, so it's not losing any HP. Mantine seems like it's been a really good Pokemon in this matchup, and it looks like Mantine is just going to stay in and go for the Scald. The baby goes for Liquidation to try and predict a switch-in, or maybe just do damage. But the baby, it looks like, yeah, it's just doing damage, and it actually reduces Mantistorm's defense by 1 stage. This is going to be difficult for Mantistorm if it wants to stay in. It does have Roost, so it can Roost back its HP, but generally it doesn't like to have its defense lowered. Maybe it also has Haze, which could remove that lowered defense. Nothing really wants to switch into a Liquidation. Maybe Primarina can, but nothing willingly wants to switch into a Liquidation. We still haven't seen Conkeldurr come out, nor have we seen Crobat come out. And in comes Gengar, Cryzen Gengar. Taking that Liquidation, it's going to take down Gengar in 1 shot. Those Liquidations from Arachnid are extremely powerful with its Water Bubble ability. The score is now 4-4. The big question now is who will take down Araquanid. Zeraora is still a good choice because it can do big damage to Araquanid or any switch-in. But Primarina is actually the one to come in. Interesting choice. We might see a Moonblast come from Primarina. Indeed, we do. The Moonblast, it's a critical hit. Takes down Araquanid. This is going to be a big moment. Yeah, I was going to say we could see Mamoswine come in to try and Earthquake Primarina. With Mantine there, it could switch in, and indeed Mantine does. Does he call the switch? He goes for the knockoff to get rid of Mantine's leftovers. Now Mantine is within range to be KO'd by Icicle Crash. That was a really risky move. I think Primarina probably switched out because maybe it was choiced and a Moonblast wouldn't have taken down Swineflu. Crobat is the next one to come in, and Mantine goes for the Roost. Crobat, however, probably does not want to be burned. Brave Bird does about 39% to Bruce Wayne the Crobat, and Scald is going to hit. Will it burn? It does not burn. Mantine still seems like it can take a Brave Bird. It's probably going to go for a Roost this turn. Oh, it actually doesn't take the Brave Bird. The 39% was a low damage roll. That was a higher damage roll, and Mantine actually goes down now. Score is now 3-3. This is a tough choice for Morgana because Crobat can do a lot of damage to any Pokemon. Zeraora can go for an electric move, but if Magneton or Mamoswine switches in, that's not good for Morgana. And Primarina is actually the next one to come in. Can it take a Brave Bird? That is the big question. Looks like it is not able to take a Brave Bird, and Bruce Wayne the Crobat takes it down. Score is now 2-3. We still don't know what Conkeldurr has up its sleeve, and if Zeraora could get Crobat down, it can go for some close combats versus the other two and maybe turn it around. Looks like Life Size the Zeraora comes out. Startoad is going to have to preserve Crobat for Conkeldurr. I don't know if the other two will be able to take down Conkeldurr. So it's likely we'll see a Magneton switch in right now. Indeed we do. Magnetics the Magneton comes in, and a knockoff is going to remove that Eviolite. Magneton's now in range to be taken down by close combat, and that's exactly what happens. Down goes Magnetics the Magneton to close combat. Score is now 2-2. Mamoswine comes in. Will a close combat be enough to take down Mamoswine is the big question. It's getting down to the wire for both of these trainers. A very close match. Conkeldurr, Clown School, the Conkeldurr actually comes in, taking an Earthquake. It does 46%. That's not enough to take Conkeldurr down all the way. One more Earthquake won't do it, and then Drain Punch will actually be able to restore its HP by quite a bit if it hits Swine Flu. Swine Flu is going to have to consider if it wants to go for an Icicle Crash Flinch. This is really intense. Maybe Crobat will switch in to take that predicted Drain Punch, but wow, what a situation. Oh my gosh, this is so intense. It's a 2-2 matchup with all of the Pokemon. Not all of them, because Mamoswine has full HP, but every Pokemon has something to lose in this. And it's pretty much like Mamo beats Zera, Zera beats Crobat, Crobat beats Conk, and Conk beats Mamo. It's like perfectly balanced. It's crazy. This next move can decide the rest of the match. Wow. And Swine Flu actually goes for the Earthquake, but Drain Punch will take down Swine Flu and restore HP to 51%. Crobat now can go for a Brave Bird, but it might kill itself with its recoil. The better move might actually just be to go for a Roost to try to restore some HP, but how is it going to take down Zeraora? That's the big question. I do think maybe even Zeraora outspeeds it, actually. 394, 423. Yeah, Zeraora does outspeed Crobat, so it's only a matter of time before Zeraora comes out to face Crobat. Will Crobat be able to survive versus Zeraora? And Brave Bird takes down Clown School, the Conkeldurr. The last two speedy Pokemon versus each other, Zeraora versus Crobat. And the Plasma Fist is going to hit, taking down Crobat, and Zeraora wins this match for Morgana. It is a 1-0 score. Wow, what a close match. That was so intense to the very end. Really well played by both sides. Such an intense battle. Wow. It just looked like there were so many Pokemon that were vital to checking each other, and one by one they were all going down, and the momentum of this battle shifted so much. It actually looked like Morgana had it in control in the beginning, and then Startoad got a lot of that control, and then Morgana was able to seize that control at the end. It was really intense. So really well played, amazing battle, and tune in for some more matches coming for week 8. This is a once again a 1-0 victory for Morgana, Northern Necrozmas, and this is Noel from Sun and Friendly. I'll see you then.